Moby-Dick and Alice's Adventures in Wonderland both have a straight shot trajectory. This is a simple plot structure without the complication of relationship arcs or secondary storylines. A straight shot trajectory can be difficult to pull off in terms of a reader's emotional draw, because plot complication is an important tool for creating authenticity and developing characters. This video is part 2. In part 1, I looked at the plot points of Moby-Dick, so if you missed that, you might want to go back and check it out. Alice in Wonderland gives us stasis, inciting incident, and point of no return back to back. So she's bored by the riverbank, she sees the rabbit and has this goal to follow him, and then she falls through the hole into Wonderland, and then her rising action starts immediately. So these are these episodes where she meets all the different creatures from Wonderland, and what's interesting here is her enthusiasm for her goal is diminishing the further she goes, because she learns that Wonderland is actually quite random, a bit scary, and when she meets the Queen, even dangerous. So then we get her all is lost moment at the trial, and here we have a classic want versus need reversal, where she realizes that what she wants is no longer what she needs, which is to go home and even symbolically to grow up. And she literally does grow big in that moment. She wills herself bigger, just as the little card soldiers are swarming her. And then she wakes back up on the riverbank with her sister and is able to tell her the story of the adventure she's just been on. Moby-Dick may have a simple plot, but it's far from a simple novel. There is a lot going on here at the symbolic level that scholars have been talking about it ever since it was written. One thing that's really important is that Ishmael is not the protagonist, he's the narrator. And with that opening line, "Call me Ishmael," we already start with a sense that he may not be exactly who he says he is. So in many ways, this is a story about storytelling. Another important part of Moby-Dick's complexity is the language. This book is pure poetry. So where the story of Ahab's quest to kill this white whale in itself isn't necessarily all that compelling, Ishmael's account of it makes it compelling, and the language is a huge part of the story's emotional draw. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland is a middle grade novel, and it's short, so that already gives it a bit of a pass in terms of having a straight shot trajectory. But even still, it is a very simple plot. And what makes up for it is the unbelievable creativity that Lewis Carroll brings to the story. Every encounter is so wild and unexpected, and every creature that Alice meets is so unusual that it's an instant delight, and that's a huge part of why it has persisted as a classic. And Alice's story is also doing some powerful work at the level of theme, because here we have a protagonist who is super creative and lost in her daydreams, but who is inevitably going to have to grow up and realize the value of the mundane world. But as Alice's sister notes at the very end, there is also value in Alice's creativity that will stay with her beyond childhood. If you enjoy story structure as much as I do, stay tuned for more.